a lot of sympathy and so on with Anna, and empathy, because we've been going through a lot of the same kind of stuff. With weddings accounts for 41% of our revenue, and I think the last wedding we held was on the 11th of March, or at least the last paying wedding. We've had a small ceremony since then, but it was just to try and keep them on board, of course. And then we learned that once people have a small ceremony and get married, then they're actually not so interested in the big celebratory event later on, and they ended up cancelling for the dates had postponed to in 2021. But anyway, I guess just doing a little bit of intro to Comrie Croft. We're located in Perth and Kinross, currently in Tier 3. It's a 100 hectare roughly farm with a lot of woodland, and besides weddings, the main kind of non-farm enterprises include glamping and accommodation, with hostel and self-catering accommodation. All together on site, including kind of partner businesses. There are more than 30 full-time equivalent jobs, and we're trying to. We've put a lot of effort into, having permanent jobs rather than seasonal jobs, and that pay a reasonable amount. We pay the living wage, and like many others on here, obviously, we're we really care about our team, and in some ways it's like a great big extended family, and that's been the main concern throughout the whole thing is, can we keep all these jobs going? And so far the answer is yes, but there's so much uncertainty, and like Anna was saying, with the long planning time involved in weddings, that makes even though there's kind of light at the end of the tunnel now with the vaccine, it makes it kind of difficult to plan ahead. Can you move on to the next slide, Caroline? So I've said some of this already. For November last year, for weddings and accommodation, we took in 29,000. This year it's almost nothing. There might be a dribble, but it's virtually nought. And to be honest, when our numbers have been in Perth and Kinross that have been going up recently for COVID cases, and it's been looking more likely that we might move into Tier 4, which in a kind of perverse way would be better for us, I think, because there is so little business out there. Our market is the Central Belt largely, and so at least in Tier 4 we'd be shut, and we'd be eligible for some payments, I think, by the sounds of things, but in Tier 3 you're not. So for bookings, I looked at a quarter, so December to February last year we were looking at £121,000 of income, and this year it's very hard to say at the moment, but if it happens, we might have £4,000 on the books as things stand at the moment, and that's things that you would expect to be booked. That could go up slightly, it could quite easily go down as well. And I guess our main kind of ask or thing for the future, the immediate future, is it's relating to being able to plan, and is there any way that the Scottish Government can help us to plan for reopening rather than a few weeks beforehand saying, oh well, everything's going to be back to normal. As Anna was saying, weddings are planned a long way in advance, usually at least a year, and having a month or two before things like that are able to happen again is going to introduce a lot more impact, because it probably means we're into the summer or beyond before we can actually get those people in again. I think that was me. Any questions?
Your staff just now, Andrew, are they all on furlough then, or?
We've been part-time furloughing over the kind of September, October, and November, and it's been getting a greater and greater proportion of people's time. So it's not 100% yet. We're doing some refurbishment work that we couldn't do if we were busy. So it's there's useful things to be done. So some people are still working a bit, but we're probably about 75%, 80% furloughed now.
Yeah, and again, I mean, you are a real destination. You've created the destination. I'm one of your customers, so I see how busy your car park is and how many people you've got there doing mountain biking at the weekends, and that people, I guess, travelling from the central belt and things to do that. So there's a huge knock-on effect in the local economy as well.
Yeah. We try and work with a lot of local suppliers, for everything from wedding catering to just visitors coming. Like we are, like you say, we're quite a high volume kind of place. So yeah, there's a big knock-on effect to local cafes if they're still open, and the whole kind of range of local suppliers.
And have you been able to have any support this year, Andrew?
Yeah, well, so furlough's been great, and yes, we have had some. We had the 25,000 rateable value kind of grant. So yes, we have had support, and to be honest, that's been amazing. I don't know if we would still be here in our current form if it hadn't been for that. We also had a really busy summer season, so we can see ourselves through to kind of early spring, late winter. On the basis of that, the question is what happens then. It's all the uncertainty about how and when things are going to open up.
Yeah, I think there's no. I mean, obviously we were all closed from March to July, and then for some of us, when we were allowed to be open, we have seen good demand for agritourism. It's what people, it's what people were seeking and are still seeking. It's just that they're still seeking it, but we can't welcome them at the moment. Yeah.